tear gas, pepper spray, and rubber bullets. Hong Kong didn't change China. China changed Hong Kong. But protesters are trying to change both. After more than 100 days of protests and more than 2,000 cans of tear gas, Hong Kong protests have entered a new phase.
Chris Chappell here back in Hong Kong. We were here back in June when this protest movement just began.
After more than 3 months, a lot of the protesting looks the same. There's still broad support in Hong Kong society, with people from all walks of life coming out. Creative protest art can be seen everywhere. And leaderless, guerrilla-style organization is still the preferred tactic. Sure, the police have gotten a little more liberal with the pepper spray and tear gas, violence. The protesters still have more or less the same 5 demands they've had since the beginning.
But now there's a new focus to the protest. They're going after the big bad, the final boss, the Chinese Communist Party.
Some protesters have started calling them the Chi-Nazis. Yes, the protests have gone on for so long, they've triggered Godwin's Law. Godwin's Law states that as an internet discussion goes on, the probability of comparing your enemy to Nazis approaches 100%.
The party ultimately has the final say over what happens in Hong Kong. That means the Hong Kong government is completely unaccountable to the people of Hong Kong.
No matter how many millions protest. On Saturday night, the Civil Human Rights Front, which has organized some of the biggest marches over the past 100 days, held an anti-authoritarianism rally. It marked the 5-year anniversary of the 2014 Umbrella Revolution. Hundreds of thousands joined. While the protests were largely peaceful, a smaller group of protesters smashed the windows of government offices and blocked this major road near the Hong Kong Legislative Council office, though they did take barriers down to let firefighters through. But on Sunday, it was the Chinese Communist Party that was at the center of protesters' fury.
Today is the global anti-totalitarianism march. Wait, Shelley, what's the difference between authoritarianism and totalitarianism?
Just wait.
Okay, totalitarianism has way more tear gas. The Hong Kong police did not grant a permit for this march, making this an illegal assembly. And so the police have come out in force.
They fired the tear gas right next to me. My ear's kind of ringing from that.
In fact, the police started firing tear gas before the march had even started, when most of the people around were just reporters and people trying to go shopping, until they got mad at the police.
That's the media liaison. They're telling us that we need to get out of here. They're telling the press to leave, that they're sweeping the area. Oh no, it's a great World Anti-Totalitarianism Festival.
But Hong Kong protesters don't see this as just their fight against the Chinese Communist Party. They see it as the world's fight. In this open letter, Hong Kong protesters call for the free world to join us and stand as one against the greatest threat it has ever seen. That threat being the Chinese Communist Party. And there are signs protesters are getting the world to pay attention. At least 40 cities worldwide have held similar protests this weekend to support Hong Kong.
This is extremely gutsy. The Chinese Communist Party is not known for taking criticism very well.
Despite the tear gas and pepper spray, tens of thousands of Hong Kongers marched.
It's become more and more dangerous to come out to these protests. What keeps you coming out?
It's so simple, because I love this place.
So why are you targeting the Chinese Communist Party instead of just the Hong Kong government?
Because they're the boss of this event, all right? Even though we defeat the Hong Kong government, they're still trying to control it. If we do not defeat it, the Hong Kong is over.
Now, the Chinese Communist Party is not known for taking criticism very well. Are you worried?
We are not worried because
our ultimate goal is to raise the awareness internationally so others countries would try to help.
Are you worried?
I'm not worried. Because today, when I stand out, I have nothing left. All right? I could die for democracy.
You could die for democracy.
This is what a civilization should do.
And do you think you can bring change?
We all believe it. every protester come out. We all believe it.
So the World Anti-Totalitarianism rally was a complete success for about 15 minutes, until the police showed up again. Although you could say that police breaking up an anti-totalitarianism rally is a perfect way for this to end.
Boy, this tear gas is getting pretty strong. So, the unrest in Hong Kong has been an existential threat for the Chinese Communist Party. But with the focus now on the party directly, the big question is, how will the party respond?
But no matter how the party responds, one thing is for sure. After the tear gas clears, the Hong Kong protesters will keep on marching.